Hey guys, it's your girl D here, and I kind of want to show you what I'm doing right now and how I'm changing my outlines, turning them into PowerPoint presentations, really good PowerPoint presentations using AI. But like I say, we use AI ethically here. So I'm going to show you my process for creating my slides. I'm in the process of doing the school playbook, right? So I just wanted to take some time out so you can see how I do things here. So I'm going to just open up my drive really quick, guys. And I am going to get into my school community, go to this, go to evolved, hit the playbook, and here goes the school playbook outline. Okay. So, what I do is I outline everything first, right? Kind of have everything outlined, went through it already, corrected what needs to be corrected. Of course, I used AI to do this. I do have a prompt. I use one of my Diva AIs for this. So I am on lesson number, let's see where we are with the lesson 2, 6. I'm on lesson 7 right now. So we're going to go down to lesson 7. I'm going to go to download as the PDF, current PDF, and then I'm going to jump over here to Gamma. Now, what I want to do is create a new one using AI. I am going to import a file or URL. I'm going to click that. I am going to upload a PDF. We are about to upload the PDF we just selected. So this one is the school playbook. So I'm going to say playbook, lesson 7. Okay, that's what I'm going to name it. And then I am going to open it up. So now, as you can see, we have one here, but I'm just doing it over, right? So it's uploading. Now, what it's going to do is Gamma is going to take the script that I've already written, the outline, the learning objectives, everything, and turn it into a beautiful PowerPoint slide. Now, I'm not going to use the actual slide that it gives me. It's just giving me the idea for the slide, right? And it's happening very fast where I don't have to write everything. I'm just switching a few points, right? So what we want is presentation. Continue. Now it put in my outline. I want it to stay condensed. I want it to be concise. I am going to scroll down. I am going to pick. You can view more themes. And I do where's my theme? Where is it? I tried a different theme. I didn't like it. Where is my theme? I know it's in dark. It's this one. I think it's that one. No, it's actually Gamma Dark. There we go. Gamma Dark. That's the one I picked. So then I'm going to select this theme. You can go through the theme and pick whatever theme you want. When I'm picking a theme, I'm in the reason why I'm picking this one is because this is the same theme for all the lessons, right? So I don't want it to be too much different. But I look at I look at the text, not necessarily that it's gradient. I just look at some of the things that like the link color, how the buttons would look. I kind of look at things like that. So if I was to go here, I don't too much like that look. You know, I kind of see what the letters look like, the text look like, and I like this text, right? So that's what I went with. So I'm gonna select this theme. So now I have everything the same. Now it's gonna go down to images. I keep this on auto select and I had it on photorealistic, right? Photorealistic images. Now it says optimal keywords. I put that in there. So I put the neon light. Now I went down here to format. I wanted a traditional 16 by 9. Okay. So everything else is the same. So then I go down, you can make as many cards. Cards is slides. Okay. How many slides you want? So in this series for the playbooks, I have 10 slides per video. So I wanted to put it in 10 slides because I'm trying to keep this short, right? I'm trying to make it a playbook. So I want it to be 10 cards or 10 slides. So it's going to generate it for me. So now that we set everything up, I do have the pro version. I'm going to put a link to it. So you can test it out. They do have it free where you can use, it costs you like maybe 40 AI credits per run. So you get like 400. So I think you can do like 10 presentations for 400, something like that. Not unless you using AI constantly inside of here. So as you can see, it's laying it out right before my eyes. Infographics look nice. And it's coming up with ideas, right? How it looks, right? So I'm looking like, okay, that's a nice presentation. That's how it looks. So it's just mapping out my PDF, guys, for real. It's beautiful. Okay, so it's giving me the breakdown here, right? So it's awesome. I'm feeling it, right? So it's gonna map out 10 slides for me. So we're on the last slide, I believe, or 9. Okay, so now we're done. It looks incredible. So I'm gonna just say that. Let's hide this. So now it's about to make some AI generated images for me. Okay, so that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna put them in there. See, look at how that looks. Now I can click this and go over here and start making AI change this image because I don't like it. Ask AI to do something to the image. Maybe I don't like it, but those use your credits, right? I'm not using this to make this crank out the actual PowerPoint. Let me rephrase that or repeat that. This is not going to be like my PowerPoint, okay? But it's done, right? Now that it's done, what I could do is go up here to share, and then I can export this baby, and I can export it as a PDF, PowerPoint, Google Slide. Now, the great thing about Canva allows you to upload PowerPoint. So what I want to do is I want to export this as a PowerPoint. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm exporting it as a PowerPoint. And then once it's saved or exported out, actually, let's stop this. I'm gonna have to do something else. Okay, we're gonna have to export it again. Cause then I see the background, right? Cause my page layout isn't right. So I'm gonna go into these 3 dots, page layout, make sure it's traditional, change that font to large because I like large font. Show backdrop on the cards. I like to show the backdrop, scale to fit. Now we need the background image. Now I need to go get my background. I gotta go get my background image. So now I'm in my downloads and I'm grabbing my background image. Okay. So now it put the background image on my slides, right? So now the background image is there. Now I could put a header and footer and everything on there, but I need Pro. Okay. So this is what I do. And then we're going to export this baby again because now I need this one. It doesn't matter for real though, because I already have the background. I didn't really necessarily need to put it in there. Anyway it go, I have the background in my Canva. So what I do is I go in and I upload it to, so now it's here, it's downloaded, right? And then what I would do is go to Canva, go home, go to uploads, and then I would just drag, let's just do this one, the first one, right? And I'll drag it in. So now it's in here, right? It's in here, it's coming together. Canva allows you to upload it and it's going to turn it into a presentation. So we're going to wait for this to finish. Okay, so now it's done. I'm going to open it. Okay, so now this is what it looks like. You see the gradient isn't applied anymore. It's just pink. Okay, now you kind of see what it looks like. So this is lesson number 7. So if we go over here and go to She Builds with AI, we're going into the workshops, playbook, because now I got to see what I named it, right? So I got to see my naming conventions. So we're going to do lesson 7. Okay. Find your community rhythm. Okay. Now we're going to go over into the community real quick because I want to make sure it matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finding your community rhythm. Okay. Right there. Okay. Cool beans. So we got that together. So here's what I do. Okay. So I'm not going to work on number 7 because I'm working on lesson number 2. So we're going to be over here. So what I do is, as you can see, it doesn't even give you a cover like photo, right? So what I would do with this is take all of this out. Well, first things first, I will come over here, grab the background, copy, delete all of that out, right? Delete this picture out, paste. Now the background is there, right? So let me grab my girl, copy, paste. And then now I am going to take this background, copy, paste, place it behind there, change the size of that baby, make it make sense. Okay, I'm just going to copy this, paste this over here, and then I'm going to move it. I'm going to copy this, click in there so that way it keeps the formatting, right? Now I deleted that. Now I might have to move this down a little bit, right? Find your community rhythm. Let's see about bringing this over a little bit, right? And now we need the lesson number, right? Paste. And this would be lesson number 7, right? So that's kind of how I do it. And actually, this is a little closer over here. There it goes. It's on the line in and of itself. Okay. So now lesson number 2. Now that's how I changed the cover. So that's the cover. All right. And then as you can see, I changed some things out because of course those are pink, right? That's not what we're trying to do. So here's kind of what I do. So this is the layout it gave me. And as you can see how this is, you see how those look? These are like pictures. You can't really do anything with them. So what I do is I find something similar to it, right? I find something similar and I kind of duplicate what's already there, right? But it's mine, right? So it's not necessarily AI. AI probably came up with the concept for me, but then I change it out to be my own little thing, which you should do as well. This is how you use AI ethically. It can help you with your thought process, right? But you don't have to use it per se. Okay, let me go down a little. There we go, right? Okay, make sure those are even. And then we need some icons, right? A classroom icon, a calendar icon, and a community feed icon. So what we could do is, and this is a calendar, this is the classroom, this is the community feed. So I know this is the classroom. So this is the community feed, okay? And it got a little car and a person. Let me see if I can blow it up so you can kind of look at it. So we got like a little location thing icon with a person in a car. So sometimes AI come up with some sweet little icons. And you're not going to find the same exact icon sometimes because you got to create it. So say, for instance, I go back here, I go for car icon, and then I'll find that car, right? I like this car better. Okay, let's make it white so we can see it, right? So now I got the car. Okay, I got the car icon. And then now it's a location icon. Okay, so we need something, just the location icon. We don't need the dot in the center, right? We just want the location kind of like icon, location, person icon. Let's see if we can find something with a person in the middle. Okay, we got an icon with a heart. That's cute. You'd be surprised what you can find when you start looking up stuff like this. Okay, teardrop icon, because it's just a teardrop for real. It's in the shape of a teardrop, right? And do this, copy, and then upside down, right? And that is not perfect. So it's like a 180. That's perfect. Okay, so we put that there. And then now we go back and get a person icon, right? And you got a little person icon. We probably use this one, right? And then we can create this icon. This is how people make icons, y'all. Okay. So when you be like, Dad, that icon's cute, but you can't find it, that's because somebody actually put it together and actually created it with their imagination. So now we have all of this together. We're going to group that. so we can size appropriately. Okay, we're gonna grab that, group them both together, and now I have almost that same exact icon, right? So but except my car looks better, right? So that's how I make my icons. Now, here's the thing. Now, since I know I'm about to get out of here, I need to open up the first one, right? So I'm opening up the first one because I'm grabbing colors. So what I need to do is I'm coming back over here. I'm gonna right click here and I'm gonna split screen. So that way I can see two of them at the same time. So what I want to do is I want to come down here and grab this dark color here. I want that color, the color of this text. It's a dark blue. So I want that. Copy. That's what I wanted. I should have just probably made a branding guide for this, but I didn't. So first things first, I want this to be that color. So I need to get in here and I need to start changing it to that blue. I don't want to change all of them. I just want to, because everything white, I changed that to that blue, that dark blue. There we go. And then I want that to be that dark blue. Okay. So then, and then let me bring this over a little bit because I want more of this one on the screen, right? Because I want it to be like that dark blue color, right? And so then I will create the icons, whatever, and delete this mess because it's nothing but an image. Okay, so you can't really change this. It's not a shape. I can't change it. You can't really do nothing too much to it because it's a shape that was brought over like an image from Gamma. So you're just better off making your own. So since I have this one pretty much laid out, right? I already know I'm gonna make what I can put there, right? I'm not worried about it. I just gave you an example, right? So I go through and I change this. So like these is purple, right? So I might go over here and I'm gonna change it to this. Actually, I wanted it to be this blue. And then I'm gonna grab that line, blue, and then I'm gonna grab this line, not the shape, the line. We're trying to grab the line itself. And then we're going to make it that blue, right? Because I'm going to get this off of here. I want you to know that. So now we're here, right? We're at the gamification. I did that already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this background, grab this background, paste, grab this blue, copy, paste, bring this blue in, put it to the back, all the way to the back. Okay. So I don't like that blue, right? On top of that other blue, right? So what I'm going to do is probably change that blue to the yellow, now see that is, we want the dark blue to be this color in the inside. So now this blue, and I actually probably want to turn it to this dark blue because I want a lighter color of that. So then I am going to do this and see about that looks right. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Okay, so now we're gonna change that to that. Oh no, that blue ain't the same. What was it? That blue? Oh, it's changing the middle. Okay. You want that edge. Okay, it's that blue, like a denim blue. Hit the edge of that blue. It don't look as bright as the other. Sometimes grabbing the edge is a little tough because you can also grab the box. There we go. Which blue is it? I think it's that blue. Yeah, I get the point. So y'all seeing me mess around with it. Where is it at? Oh, it's that blue above the yellow. Okay, that's better. Okay, so then now what I'm gonna do is bring it in. I'm not gonna do full body on this one. Grab my girl, copy. Already had her on that one. Paste, put her on that one. Paste, put her on this. There we go. So when I finish a page, she doesn't cover the word. Sometimes she does, but she didn't cover the word. So now that these pages are worked out, now it's time for this one, right? So this is kind of how I change out what Gamma made me really quick because I've already read through all the slides, okay? So once I create the outline, I go through the outline, I change what I need to change in the outline, then I upload the outline to Gamma. I have Gamma create my slides. I actually go over my slides right here because you can change it out right here. Okay. So I actually go over the slides right here inside of Gamma, make the necessary word changes in here before I actually export it. Okay. So before I export it out, I made sure all the words is right. Then I'll go up to share, export it as a PowerPoint and upload it into Canva. Once I get it into Canva, then I'm able to go through and really make it more branded, more me, more D. I don't really have to worry about the verbiage because the verbiage has already been good. Now it's me putting my custom spin, my creativity behind it. And everybody knows that D is very really character driven, really theme driven, scene driven. So I like creating like scenes, not necessarily even just a design. I like to make it into something. I like to mesh, like, okay, we have our AI girl mixed with some neon, some AI futuristic type of background space type of thing. I like, to create theme around it. School, she got the varsity Letterman jacket on. Okay, she blinked out with she builds with AI on her necklace. Like, I like to do the whole shebang, right? But I don't want to build it from scratch, nor do I have to anymore. There was a time that I would build this from scratch, guys, without AI. AI is the best thing ever. So I kind of wanted you to see my process and see how I work with the dual screen, see how I work and use the gamma to help me with my presentation slides, because I know a lot of you are trying to teach or show something that you know. So this is a great way to create very, very good, like professional looking presentations with AI. Okay, so I'm gonna put this link down there. Again, it is free for you to use. You get 400 credits to try this out. That will let you do 10 of these. Okay, I think it was like 400 credits or 360 or something like that. But it let me crank out 6, 7 of them, right? And it was 40 a piece. Now, inside of some of them, I had to, or I wanted to test redoing the images. That took a 4 credits, 2 credits here, 2 credits there. But just to complete the whole thing was like 40 credits each. So I was knocking out several of them. I got 6 of them done with the credits that they allowed me, and I still had like 36 credits left, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't the 40 to produce a whole rack, right? So you can use the free one and crank out some stuff. Also, just so you know, on the free version, there will be a tag, a watermark inside of it. Okay. Now, if you get the watermark when you export it as a PowerPoint and get it in here, I told you that their graphics are images. So when you click on the watermark, you can actually remove it right in Canva. You can delete it right out because it's a picture. Okay. So it's not like embedded in there. And I don't know if it does it any other way, but I know in Canva you can remove it in a PowerPoint. And I believe it's on every slide that they have their little custom designs on, that you will see the little watermark in the lower corner. You can click on it, it's image, and you can delete it out. Just so you know. But other than that, I just kind of wanted to share my process with you so you guys can see what I do on a daily basis.